I wake up at 10:30 because sleep rules everything around me. I already feel like I've started the day at a deficit. I need to make things happen in my life, but I don't see how. I force myself to go through the motions, but I don't really have hope. I put in my contacts so I can see in high definition and check for any signs that my face is deteriorating. Then I take off the tape I put on my face to try and prevent my face from deteriorating during the night. Then I put on sunscreen to try and prevent my face from deteriorating during the day. At my cat's insistence, I go into the kitchen to prepare her cold slop. Then I begin to prepare my own cold slop. I take the time it takes for the chia seeds to soak to waste a little time. When I was living in New York, I wasted this hour and a half in more productive ways. I saw a future for myself back then. Now that I'm living with my parents, I feel I've accepted defeat and I want pure distraction. Sadly, my choice of distraction, TikTok, reminds me of the passage of time. TikTok tells me all the ways my face can deteriorate and about the products that will prevent it. The only time I feel motivated to make money is when I think about all the expensive skincare I need to buy. Sometimes TikTok shows me tarot readings about my soulmate, who would definitely reassure me that I'm beautiful whether or not my face is deteriorated.
What are you doing?
I finally make my way to the kitchen to finish preparing my slop. I never feel like I have enough arms to make this breakfast, as I have to get out so many ingredients. Protein powder and almond milk to stir into the chia seeds, a glob of peanut butter, blueberries, which have to be microwaved for 40 seconds because fresh blueberries are just too expensive to justify these days. Maybe when I'm rich, I'll need one fewer arm to prepare my breakfast. I always make a mess. Making the bed is another exercise in futility. I lift the 20-pound duvet off my bed and I'm reminded once again of how useful it would be to have a few extra arms. Or a maid. I wouldn't want to look deformed. In another 12 hours, I'll just end up messing it up again. I started learning scales on the piano because I thought it might make me a better musician. But I can't help but notice I never seem to get any better at them. It's just become another knee-deep puddle I'm walking through. Then I get ready for the day. It's the one time of day where I feel the most like myself. I put on music and pretend for 40 minutes that I'm someone who has somewhere to be, rather than just someone who's going to one of 2 coffee shops in my hometown. When it's just me in the mirror, I could go anywhere. I could be going to a party, going to run into my soulmate, on my way to changing my life somehow.
Because we have to go get bread, so we were going to go now. I just got my laundry stuff. At least it's getting nice, pretty warm. I mean, it's supposed to get to 50. So you're good. You're not ready yet. You don't want us to wait 5 minutes. Should we just go?
I don't know.
We just. Oh, well, Dad's got his headphones on still.
Well, I can go.
We can wait for you if you think you won't be too long.
After getting ready for the day, I need to make a decision, but all I can feel is the crushing weight of the past. No matter what I choose to do or where I choose to go, I know exactly how I'm going to feel when I'm doing it. Inevitably, I end up going to the coffee shop, hoping I'll finally, miraculously make friends, but that seems impossible. Even the people I used to know in high school pretend not to recognize me. I get my usual, a blackberry oat milk shaken espresso, $6.50 including tip. The security guard in the building acknowledges everyone else in the coffee shop, but his eyes slide over me as if I'm not there. Sometimes I wonder if I'm a ghost. I won't be meeting my soulmate here. I won't even be meeting a friend here. I spend 30 minutes playing Freaky Factory on Neopets, and I hope that the girl who's working in the coffee shop behind me notices how fun I am. And then I work on my video, because no day is complete if I don't. At 5 o'clock, my respond to messages alarm goes off because I want to prioritize texting my friends in New York so they don't forget me or start to dislike or resent me. I usually ignore the alarm because I don't feel ready to text them. I hate the feeling of walking home from the coffee shop in the cold with the sun setting and no real hope of getting out of this town. You're supposed to be able to appreciate the sunset, but all I can think of when I look at it is how empty it is to look at a beautiful sunset, and all the times in the past when I've been disappointed by the beauty of a sunset. I ponder the emptiness within. I thought being productive would solve things for me. I thought I was unhappy because I wasn't productive, but I'm no happier. What's the fun of being creative if there's no one to share it with? I need to make things happen in my life, but I don't see a way forward and I'm too tired. I forced myself to go through the motions, but I don't really have any hope. The things I used to love to do have become the things I beat myself up over. My parents and I sit down for dinner at 6:30, and we invariably watch The Big Bang Theory, or I guess sometimes Schitt's Creek. Those are my parents' favorite shows. Invariably, my dad asks me if I've seen this episode, and invariably I respond that yes, I have seen this episode.
Oh. Right.
I wish sitting down for dinner with my parents were enough for me, in the way that I wish simply being present for the sunset were enough for me. But the sickness of bigger and better has infected me.
What?
Are you filming already?
Yeah.
Oh, great. We don't even have our background video going. Now we can have our traditional St. Patrick's Day dinner with our Irish condiment.
It's supposed to be a video about my depressing daily routine.
Oh,
What?
Something in the bed.
What?
Something crawled out my leg. I can't see it.
What? Come in and say hi to your Aunt Dee Dee.
After dinner, I dance because I don't want to get high blood pressure or fat. I dance as hard as I possibly can because I've heard that endorphins make you happy. Maybe the exercise does help a little, but tonight I just end up feeling simultaneously sweaty and cold, and I wonder if that means my health is failing. I'm putting off the inevitable, which is practicing music. When I was 21 and freshly graduated from college, I told everyone I was going to be a famous singer, and now I can't get it out of my mind that I still need to prove myself, that I won't be happy sitting down for dinner with my parents or looking at a sunset until I've at least tried for that dream. But during a particularly toxic phase of a particularly toxic relationship, I stopped singing for 2 years. Since then, I've avoided singing because I've convinced myself I lost the ability. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever put myself out there or if I'll ever actually try. But I feel better knowing that at least I sat down to practice that night. I do it not because it makes me happy, but because I know it'll make me unhappy if I don't. Song. Toss your dirty shoes in my washing machine. Hard baby, bang it up inside. Don't like that part that much. Never love anyone the same. Once upon a time there was a After I practice singing, I pile up books on the side of the bathtub. When I started taking baths every night, it felt luxurious, but now it just feels predictable. I usually don't read the books and instead scroll on TikTok, so I'm reminded of everything I need to buy for my next bath. By the time I get out of the bath, I feel like I'm swimming in mud again, but I have to complete my nightly routine. I floss, brush my teeth, and use my dental tool so I can avoid going to the dentist for as long as possible.
Tend to be pessimistic, dissatisfied, and overall gloomy.
I braid my hair for the next day. I wonder if ghosts also do their hair, even though no one will see them. Then I eat my seaweed snacks, which I'm convinced are the secret to good skin and health. I don't like the fish taste, nor do I like the blood aftertaste, but I struggle through it, and I hold my nose and wash it down with a freshly opened, extremely fizzy LaCroix. It's worse when the seaweed starts to get stale, because it gets gummy in my mouth and hard to chew, and sometimes it sticks to the roof of my mouth and tickles my gag reflex. It's not a great way to end the day, but at the end of the ordeal, I feel I can pat myself on the back for being a beacon of health. I put on my face tape so that my face won't deteriorate during the night. The cruel irony is that the one time that sleep doesn't rule everything around me is bedtime. I scroll for as long as I possibly can, even as my eyes get heavy. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day.
Expect people and situations from the past to come back and haunt you from March 19th and onward, because we will be entering the Mercury retrograde shadow period then. Now, this won't be no ordinary Mercury retrograde. This will be Mercury retrograde times 10. It will be extremely intense because we have eclipse season occurring at the same time. Now, Mercury retrograde officially begins on April 1st, and the shadow period is the period leading up to Mercury retrograde, where we start to see the effects kicking in. Unresolved issues, situations, and people from the past, and yes, this can mean exes, are coming back for a reason, and they will be a significant part of your life's journey and evolution. And many of you could experience similar events or situations that you dealt with during the previous eclipse cycle back in October and November of 2023. And you'll find out whether or not these past people or situations still play a significant role in your life moving forward, or if you're meant to leave them in the past where they belong.
It's going to be about Kate and not about Charles. Kate has proved herself over the years